to our very first episode of Girl Talk.
Yep.
Girl Talk? Oh, yes. So I am Kami Grayson. I am the senior of this group.
And I'm Eloni Brown.
And you're the baby of the group.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm the baby of the group.
She's the baby of the group. Okay, so Eloni is our new intern for the summer. And we thought we would get in some girl talk and this generation gap type thing and try to see if we can bond the gap together. We find that we have a lot of similar things.
Yeah.
And so this summer, we're going to be talking about things that an older person did in her life that can relate to what a younger person's going through in her life.
Yeah.
I love it. So first of all, tell people who you are and how you and what your interests are.
Okay. I'm 18 years old and my passion is art, photography, and I love being creative about every little elements of my life. And my favorite hobbies are music.
Okay.
And I love to write songs.
Nice. Nice. That's good. So let's see. One of my hobbies is I love to write. And so I'm a published author a couple of times there. And I do scripts and I do stage plays. So that's one. And as far as creativity, I love music, all kinds of music, all aspects, except I don't sing. I sing next. So whatever the next person next to me sing, that's what I sing. So you alto? Yeah. I'm going to be alto too. So I sing next. Okay, but I love people who sing and I love people who dance. Now, I did used to dance. And so, in fact, I used to own a dance studio.
Oh.
Yeah. So love that. And I love being creative. I've never been like a jewelry person to make jewelry like you do.
Oh, yes. I didn't mention that part. I also make jewelry.
Yeah. And so she brought me some beautiful gifts. I'm sorry I don't have it on the set, but I know. So I'll wear my earrings the next time we do our show.
Yes.
Doing our next taping. But so let's start talking about the topics that we decided we were going to start discussing.
Okay. Let's talk about how women, how they dress these days.
Okay, so clearly that's still a topic for you young people.
Yeah.
Okay, so back in my day, we're not calling out any ages, but back in my day, if you were a heavy-set lady, girl, kid, teenager, back in my day, if you was not like a size 5, 4, petite, they didn't have pretty clothes for you. Everything was floral. It was terrible. So jeans, t-shirt, nothing cute. There was nothing cute for you to wear unless you like muumuus with flowers on it. So what's the difference between then and now?
Well, now, I mean, a lot of us, we're just trying to look like the skinny girl. We're trying to, fit into those skinny jeans or, like, fit in the most tight crop top. But, like, I feel like in this generation that I'm in, we miss how to dress properly, how it fits our body type. We're all beautiful in so many ways, and in society, they make it seem like, to be ashamed of what body type you have. And it's difficult for people like me who are plus size, who have to deal with that every single day, watching people judge us. I was like, oh, she must be fat because she eats a lot.
Have a jelly bean, girl.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
I love the blue ones.
I like the red ones. Okay, so what you just said really hit home, because even though she's experiencing that today, I experienced that as a kid. Even when I was small, I was big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I remember being on a swim team. I had a cute little shape. I remember being in the band. I had a cute little shape. I I used to roller skate. I had a cute little shape. I mean, I loved my shape because I mean, when I was roller skating, baby, I used to wear gold chains around my waist. That's how small my waist was, right? But because I started off fat as a kid, that stayed with me for all my life. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell you one thing. My cousin recently told her dad that I don't like being called fat. And you know, here I am, a grown woman, and my uncle still think of me as a little kid, the little fat, little chubby kid growing up. So it's kind of like you're never going to live that down, especially with people in your family that you grew up with.
Yeah.
Right. And so they'll always go back and say, you can be the Coke bottle. And they'll always go back and say, oh, I remember when she was fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you never, it's kind of, to me, it's like a form of bullying. Because it hurts your feelings. It hurts you on the inside.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you feel, but I know, I remember my grandmother saying to me, and I know we were talking earlier about grandmothers. I remember my grandmother said to me, oh, you're supposed to be fat. That hurt my feelings so bad. I mean, literally, that I left the room and I cried. Because for my grandmother, she didn't mean any harm, but I like eating. I love bacon. Ooh.
He does not love bacon.
I love me some bacon. I used to call bacon bone growing up.
Oh,
that's how much I love bacon. So when we have leftover breakfast, and if it was extra bacon, she'll put it on the stove, right? And so if you want a little snack, you can go back and eat the leftover breakfast. So I would go and get the bacon. I would go get that bone. So, but like you said, it's still hurtful.
Yeah.
So what are your experiences?
I mean, you know, it's very similar, you know, with my grandmother. You know, she said things out of love, not out of hate. But there were times where it felt like she didn't accept who I was. And she did the same thing to my mom when she was around, you're good, when she was around my age. And it was very tough for my mom having to, because like, when people see me, they assume I'm older. Sometimes how I look. Like, people could assume I'm like 20 and I could be 15, which that during that time I was 15 and people thought I was 19 or 20. And it made me feel so insecure about myself, like, you know, what's wrong with me? And, you know, sometimes I feel like, so like, my grandmother, she had a stroke and she wasn't as cruel as she used to be after the stroke. So now she's so loving and caring, but there's still times where she would mention about my weight. Oh, I pray to God that you lose that weight, which I love that she's, you know, being, you know, grateful about life, sometimes negative sometimes, but also being thankful to God. And my mom told me, you know what, just let it roll off your back. My rabbi's wife once said, you gotta put on your crocodile coat. You know, you gotta have that willpower to just let it brush off of you and just let people say what they have to say. But the important thing is are you gonna listen to what they have to say or listen to what you are gonna say?
Right. You
know, what are you trying to do? Like, you know, you're only trying to make yourself happy, no one else.
Right.
And you know what? It's taken me such a long time to get to this point where I'm making myself happy. Like, you know, especially, I'm not sure if this is even talked about a lot, but I'm sure there's a lot of kids who feel this way, or a lot of adults, when it comes to religion. That's another topic. So with religion, some of us, we are, depending on the rules, you know, we are so into those different rules where it actually decreases our happiness. And for me, you know, I'm Jewish, and growing up, you know, of course, whatever my mom did, I did. You know, I was living under her house, her rules. And in my mind, I'm like, I didn't have a choice. I don't hate being Jewish. I love being Jewish. But the mistakes that I did when I was younger is that I let those rules that are applied by my religion, let them affect my happiness. Because there were things that, yes, it's the way that our lifestyle is. We call it a lifestyle choice, not so much a religion. But I let some of those choices that I made of my lifestyle choice to, affect how I wanted to be and what things I wanted to do. And I didn't start realizing how happy I became after I turned 18. Well, mostly in my junior year. And I broke. I just let go. I just started living my life.
Wow.
And, it was hard for my mom and I. We couldn't really see eye to eye sometimes when it came to this. But at the end of the day, she still loves me.
Of course.
No matter what.
Of course. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Man, I'm enjoying this, but I think our time is up already. Oh, my God. So our first rap session, and, man, it's going to go skyrocketing from here, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, guys, tune in with us next week right here on SKST Radio, where we're bringing to you Girl Talk.
Girl Talk.
Girl Talk right here, SKST Radio.
Bye.
Well, I guess we got to say bye when I finally click.